Hello, everybody. I believe that we are live, and yes, we are. Hello, everybody. My name is Harry Rice. I review games for the Detroit Red Wings, and would excuse me, sorry, would end up we would end up losing to them by final score of 5-0. Sakitty, or a Sukitty. I can't blame you. I'd want to do the same too. Jack, I just spilled something, boys. I've got to very quickly try and clean that up. I'm sorry, boys. I just spilled liquid, so I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be talking, but I just spilled some liquid on my floor that I have to try and clean. Assuming y'all are able to. But yeah, played tonight for Wings fans. It probably was, but just overall not a great, not a great game overall. We'll get into that obviously. Ken Dog, go Red Wings. Hey, Cat, how's it going? Thank you for coming by. Red Wings own you guys this year. Yeah, Ken Dog, it's almost like people who try and get into the playoffs are supposed to win against the guys who are rebuilding. Just weird that a rebuilding Red Wings own a rebuilding Canadiens team. Cat, I did partially see General. I'm not looking there right now, though. I'm not looking because I'm live. All right. So, of course, guys, if you have any comments or questions, like usual, put them in the chat. I'll get to them when I'm able to. The opening lines for the Canadiens were Farrell, Suzuki, Ullinen, Hoffman, Evans, Gallagher, Gurianov, Drouin, Armia. No, I just saw that he had a take about Carolina. I didn't see anything else. Pizzetta, Tierney, Pitlick. We're on forward. Matheson, Barron, Edmondson, Kovacevic, and Sheneman, Weidman were on the blue line. Caden Primo gets the start for the Canadiens, fresh off another call-up, and Sam Montembeault backs him up with Jake Allen being injured. Ken Dog, wasn't the Red Wings rebuild supposed to be over last year? Because last time I checked, you have to make the playoffs for your rebuild to kind of be over. The opening lines for the Red Wings, were Kubalik, Clark, and Perron, Suter, Kopp, Raymond, Ernie, Veleno, Chason, and Berggren, Chernak, Matt Luff on their forwards. He said Anderson plays Vezina-type hockey in the regular season and chokes in the playoffs. Well, Kat, John wasn't saying that 5 years ago when the Maple Leafs were getting carried by Frederik Andersen to back-to-back Game 7s against the Boston Bruins. He wasn't saying that when he was playing great hockey against the Capitals, and he wasn't saying that when just overall the Red Wings or the Maple Leafs were getting carried by Frederik Andersen. The only reason he's saying that now is because he's not in fucking Toronto, and John wants Frederik Andersen back. So he has to try and be all petty and whatever, you know. The Maple Leafs fans are fucking ridiculous. The Maple Leafs fans are they're dumb. Well, if your name is John Paveros and you're a Leafs fan, then you're fucking dumb. Everyone else is just whatever. Wallman, Sider, Edvinson, Sherratt, and Mata Osterley were on the blue line. That is true. It was nice to hear something somewhat realistic. Ken Dog, they're basically out of the playoff hunt. Literally, they lose one more game and they're out. So they're basically out of the playoffs. Lucas Ioe, thank you for coming by. Lucas, appreciate it. Veleno gets a start in net for the Wings, and Magnus Hellberg backs him up on his birthday. Happy 32nd birthday to Magnus Hellberg. I'm sorry, boys. I'm gonna try and if I can get the toilet paper. There we go. I'm just gonna cover this spot up real quick because again, this spot is it's wet. So I'm just gonna cover it up for now. I don't know why. Jesus, yeah, no. Cat Caulfield is back? No, he's not. Caulfield's not back. He's back skating, but he's not with the team full out. Sorry, I need oh, perfect. Mic stand, you go. Can I get one more piece of? Can I get one more? Sorry, boys. There's a stain on my floor, and I'm just trying to clean it up real quick. But yeah, Cat. I mean, technically, Caulfield is back. He is skating with the team. Not necessarily with the team. He has started skating again. So, yeah, he's skating again, and we'll see when he really comes back. Hey, John Speed, how's it going, man? Thank you for coming by, my good sir. I don't like your streams, Harry. Lucas, I'm sorry to hear that, man. How about you do your own? Before the game, apparently Harvey Pinard, Jordan Harris, and Jake Allen are all hurt. They are all injured. And so yeah, they're all hurt, which means the Canadiens, the Canadiens were kind of fucked tonight, unfortunately. I love them. Oh, thank you, Lucas, man. Let's go. Love you too, baby. Let's go. Habs go to the power play. Just about a minute in, Sherrod gets called for hooking, actually about 2 minutes in. Habs get a couple decent chances. They're nothing in the net. Farrell off a Suzuki pass just couldn't put the puck home. Habs are 0-1 on the power play. Then the Red Wings score on their first shot of the game. Lucas Raymond makes it 1-0 Red Wings off a turnover. Shot was just over the shoulder of Primo. Very nice shot there for the 1-0 lead. And it was all Wings at this point. The Habs, who had a bit of momentum after the power play, just lost it after the Wings had scored. The shots were 3-0 Canadiens before the Wings scored. Then the shots are 4-3 Wings. Did you ever watch The Ellen Show? Jesus. John Speed, no, I didn't. And Matt Michkov's father did pass away. Unfortunately, I did see that. That sucks to hear. I'm just seeing Lucas's comments coming through, and I'm not smiling about Michkov's dad passing away, obviously, but that is tragic. My condolences go out to Matt Vey and the Michkov family. That's terrible to discover that just to discover that. That sucks, man. And my condolences go out to the Michkovs, even though they're never gonna see this, but you know what, hey, that's my condolences, and that really sucks. You be mine, Cavalier. Please massage cat, please. Cat, will you eat massage? Will you eat massage? Hey, John Teeter, how's it going, man? Rip Bud, yeah, definitely, John. That was a boring ass. This was a terrible game. Perron gets on a break. It's a really nice pass. There's a good deke on Primo, or this game is done. I've fucking bold of me to assume that we could have come. Fucking bold of me to assume that we could have come back. Habs tried to speed with nothing. Wings barely missed a tip in front for a 3-0 lead. Wings tried to bury what they could. Hoffman was throwing the body, surprisingly. Pizzetta would do the same too. I said if you're 18. Well, I mean, Cat, I'm turning 21 in July. No, we're good now. Habs started to wake up a bit with 6 to play in the first period. There's nothing that's able to beat Ville Husso. I put yet. Bold of me to do so. Canadians go back the other way. They're looking for something that just there's nothing there for hard shots that Husso has to face. A lot of just all right, little pad save, shot in my chest. It's just stuff like that. You shot me in the chest. Fuck. Habs then go. I make little jokes to entertain myself. I just hope that you guys like them too. But the Habs then go to the power play. Edvinsson is called for interfering with Nick Suzuki. Habs couldn't find much. There's a near shorthanded break for T2. Let's go. Shorthanded break nearly for Andrew Kopp. The good stop by Primo. We're over 2 on the power play. Pizzetta then gets stood up at the blue line. Wings push shortly after. There was just nothing for the Habs. Least favorite NHL teams, top 5. Oh, God. I'm going to recount the NHL teams, and I'll go through Anaheim, Arizona, Boston, Buffalo. Boston is actually starting to near the lower half of my list, especially after the recent games against the Canadiens. Not because we lost them, but just how they've played. For me, Boston is starting to get down towards that bottom half, unfortunately, because I did used to like Boston, not like Montreal level, but just I don't mind them basically, Buffalo, Calgary, Carolina is definitely bottom 2, absolutely. If not my least favorite right now. Chicago was last year because of the whole rapist thing with what's his face and Kyle Beach. But yeah, no, Carolina is definitely there now. Columbus, I'd say, is there. I don't care for Columbus all that much. Minnesota, weirdly enough, was there a couple years back. I hated their logo. It's grown on me a lot. The Minnesota logo. The Rangers, I'm indifferent about the Rangers. I like making fun of them because someone in my server is a massive Rangers simp. and it's fun watching him get pissed off. Ottawa's definitely down at the bottom. Philly's at the bottom. Carolina, Ottawa, Philly for sure are at the bottom of the league. I wouldn't say San Jose, Tampa, and then probably Vegas. Yeah, so it's probably Carolina, Ottawa, Philly, Tampa Bay, and Vegas as my bottom 5 least favorite teams. Maybe not in that order. It's probably Carolina, and then like the other 4, you can kind of interchange them basically. But yeah, no, John Speed. Those are my least favorite AHL teams as of right now. Worst hockey year. Habs missed the playoffs and Charlottetown Islanders down 3-0 in the first round series. Oof, William, that sucks. Canes are jerks. Yes, they are, John Tidor. And the Hartford Whalers fans are even bigger jerks. Vegas, LA, Calgary, Ottawa, Vancouver. That doesn't surprise me, John Speed, given that you are an Oilers fan. I do also hate Winnipeg. Yeah, I can. I'm sure the 4-0 is not. You're not fond of that. Carolina because of Noah just adds to it. The Carolina was already like bottom 3. Noah just kind of solidified that they're like the worst team in the NHL. Vancouver is low. Vancouver hurt their coach. That is true, John. They did. I hate them for hurting Bruce Boudreau like that. Harry Barry, carry your ice. Let's go, Bob Cannon. Let's go. Let's go. I don't want to do the Rick thing too much because that's Bob. Hope all's going well, man. Thank you for coming by, my good sir. Funny enough, I saw my first ever Canes jersey in public today. It was a Svechnikov jersey worn by a kid in my physics class. John, you should have bullied him. No, YouTube, that's a joke. Hartford Whalers fans don't exist, so that can't happen. But no, yeah, John Speed. That is genuinely surprising. I don't know why you'd wear it in physics class, but yeah. Bedard. Dude, that actually could work too. That could work. Genuinely surprised no one's chanted that yet in the Bell Center. Genuinely surprised no one's gone Bedard instead of Ole. But Rickle Pick, hope all is going well, man. That is pretty funny. Thank you very much. Just happy. John Speed, yep, just happy you guys swept the Jets after they swept us in that dirty Mark Scheifele. Yes, John Speed, I don't like Mark Scheifele. He is probably one of the worst captains in the National Hockey League. Because I'm pretty sure he's their captain, is he not? Completely undeserving of it. And fuck Mark Scheifele, basically. Fuck Mark Scheifele. Although I'm not a fan of the Habs either. Really, John Smith, thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate that, man. Not going to lie, but Canucks keep putting the first pick on simulation. John Tidor, that wouldn't be terrible. That wouldn't be terrible, honestly. Bruce, there it is indeed, John. Bruce, there it is. Would love him in Montreal. Would have liked him in Montreal when he wanted to re-enter the league. And Vancouver got him, but yeah. I have the burning question of the night. Does Bob, why were the New Jersey Devils wearing white at home tonight against Poopsburg? Bob, I'd guess it was because maybe Pittsburgh was wearing their alts, like their alternate jerseys. I don't know if like you're allowed to wear your third jerseys or like your reverse retros. I don't know if they have them this late in the season, but I don't know if you're allowed to wear those on maybe it was their reverse retro night. I don't know. Randy, Toffoli is really solid. I think Calgary could move Toffoli because, Tyler Toffoli is Tyler Toffoli after all, and he does want a Tyler Toffoli. There you go, Randy. Have a reverse retro thing for Jersey or Pittsburgh. That's what I would guess. Kucherov is probably one of my least favorite players in the league. Kat, I'm completely indifferent on Kucherov at this point. I don't give a shit about. Like, I'll see him sometimes in the top 10 scoring. I'm like, oh yeah, Kucherov does exist. He's one of the most forgettable players in the NHL, which is kind of funny. Hey, Ari, how many more boring games to end the season? 4. 5 more. We're 78, so... Oh, it's funny enough, I forgot. It's Washington on Thursday. Then it's the Maple Leafs on Saturday. Wednesday, the 12th, against the Islanders, and then it's the 13th against the Boston Bruins. So we have 4 games left to end the year. God, part of me says we might be able to take one of those. Weirdly enough, I think we could take the game against the Maple Leafs because I think we've already taken the season series, have we not? I want to say we've taken the season series against the Maple Leafs. I'm trying to look for our Leafs logo. So the Maple Leafs won our last game against them 5-1. We won 3-2 in overtime. Then we beat. It was opening night, was it not? Yeah, we beat them opening night 4-3 with Josh Anderson with like 4 seconds left. Randy, we do have 4 more games left. Are the Habs out of gas? Kind of. I think so. I think there's guys like Matheson and Suzuki who are still half decent. I think they're still playing well and trying, but definitely guys like Ullinen, and Gallagher and like Savard. No, Savard's not even in the lineup. Edmondson, like these guys are definitely out of gas. A lot of the veterans and the younger guys that have come into the lineup, I think, out of gas, getting more tired from being in the NHL and playing such a vigorous schedule for a good part of it. And also there could be some injuries we're not being told about, some minor injuries that players are dealing with. I do think it's more Habs are out of gas, and we might be in for a long 4 games. Who knows? We'll see. Not big on Krejci, Tkachuk, Gaudreau, or Marchand. Really, John Speed. Weirdly enough, Gaudreau is the one I'm surprised by there. Kadri I get, Tkachuk I get, Marchand I get. Gaudreau is the weird one there. Like Gaudreau, I don't usually see that. Yeah, Kat, he's a crybaby and cheap shots a lot of players, but again, like I don't give a shit about him. I genuinely, like whenever he does anything, like for some reason he's one of the players I'm like, meh, whatever. Yeah, like I don't give a shit about him. I don't give him a second thought. I did absolutely zero research on the Devils in White. I knew that you would, Yeah, exactly, Bobby. Exactly. I get that. Like I said, like I would assume it was a reverse retro for one of the teams. Otherwise, I'm wondering why either team why the Devils would be wearing white at home, given that again it is the away team that usually wears white, and the home team usually wears their red or black or their color jerseys or whatever. Yeah, used to dislike Evander Kane, but ever since he's joined us, he's a dope guy and he's one of my favorites. Well, John Speed, just have to hope that he doesn't stick around in Vegas when you guys go there. I've had so many friends just find Evander Kane taking pictures with fans in random places like, and I just read that as in random places like Subway. And it's so funny imagining a black guy going into Subway. Genuinely funny, like Evander Kane. Yeah, like Subways in Edmonton. That is weird. That is kind of weird though. Like so many people just finding Evander Kane and not asking the fans for money. Like very surprising that Evander Kane would not be doing that. Blackhawks are beating Calgary, and Calgary no. Wow. Okay, Kat, that is weird. Oh, you legitimately did mean Subway, the restaurant. Oh, wow. Or the sandwich chain. Wow. I genuinely thought you meant like Subways. No, wow. That is actually funny. That is genuinely hilarious. Like I thought you meant like, oh, like the Subway stations. No. Legitimate Subway, like Jared Spurgeon. Not Jared Spurgeon. Like Jared Fogle Subways. That is funny. John, you're hungry? I would be too if I liked Subway. The only thing I like from Subway is their chocolate chip cookies. Is that really a big surprise? No. Playoffs going to be cool. John, they are going to be very fun. Definitely very fun. It's going to be great to see some overtime games, hopefully. Yeah. Habs for Birdard. Jack Wilson, I do hope we get Birdard and Bedard, both of them. Hard to follow the first round. A little bit, John Teeter. I mean, given that, like, I don't know if it's because like it takes so long for you, like it takes a long time, or just because like but yeah, no, never mind. Calgary just tied it up. There you go, Kat. Thank you, man. Jared Fogle, or thank you, Kat. You know what I mean. Jared Fogle gets out in 2028. Does he, John? Oh no, that's not going to be good. No one likes Calgary. I mean, I do prefer them over Edmonton, but but then again, that might just be me wanting to go against McDavid every time he's on the ice because I don't like Connor McDavid. But yeah. Oh god, okay, so where am I? Pizzetta gets stood up. Red Wings get more chances. Primo was stopping them, not stomping them. He was stomping on the Red Wings for some reason. Habs try to get some momentum. Farrell has a shot that's just high and wide. There's a commercial break with 30 seconds left. That was a bit weird. I know they have to get their 30 breaks in per period. I think it's 3. Yeah, that's weird. Cat Vegas is the softest team in the league. Edmonton says hello. Shots are 10-7 for the Canadiens, but it's a 2-0 Wings lead after the first 20 minutes of play. Habs look good in the opening minute of the second period. Couple rush chances. Red Wings are very well are playing good defensively to hold us off. Wings don't get many shots early in the second. Habs are good at getting opportunities. but the Wings still just playing well defensively. You're getting better. Are you, John Speed? Really? Habs aren't able to build up much momentum, and then 3-0 Red Wings lead. Pezzetta takes the body of the defender instead of trying to that costs nothing Wings, who then almost make it 4-0. There's a shot off the post and just out of the zone. Armia has a nice deke on a 1-on-1. Immediately after, but he's not really decent shift there. But Jack, what's your question, my guy? Habs try to get some shots on net. I don't know if you heard me the first time. So our Wings push afterwards. Larkin and Matheson then got involved. Larkin had a late whack at Primo. Matheson does not like that. That's the Red Wings captain. If you paid me $10, I'd probably do it. I'd probably do it. Cat, no, I read Vegas is the softest team in the league. Did you say something else? Because I don't think my stream shouldn't be skipping comments. I'm on live chat, right? Yeah, I'm on live chat. What the fuck? Did you bet I would 100% do it? Well, I mean, yeah. All right, I can. No, I don't care about YouTube Premium. Wish Wings made the playoffs. John, it would be fun to get the Red Wings in the playoffs, but for me, as a team who's made the finals, I should dictate who does. What's your payment method of choice, Harriet? PayPal link in the description. No, but like legitimately, PayPal link in the description. It's right there. Hey, use the PayPal. I don't talk unless I get paid. No, but for me, PayPal link in the description. That is what I prefer. No, I shut up, Harry. I had my stream going. All right, all messages. Kat, what did you say? Yeah, no, Vegas is the softest team in the league. Yeah, no, I got that one. Kat. I apologize that you didn't hear it. I'm not gonna put my phone on the edge of my desk because knowing me, I'm gonna knock it off and it's somehow gonna break. And I'd much rather that to not happen. Sup, Harry? Hey, boy, how's it going, man? Thank you for coming by. And now when Jack pays me $10, this stream is now switching over to a sheet editing stream. No, don't worry, guys. We're gonna complete this and then yeah. Sorry, what'd you say? I said the Oilers said hello. I said the Oilers say hi. Devils in their red heritage jerseys tonight. I definitely need to get a better fact-checking assistant here at Canon Inc. Sigh, you were correct, Harry. Bob, thank you, man. Appreciate it. I did not know they actually had a red heritage jersey. Let me actually look that up real quick. New Jersey. I want to give my opinion on this. Red heritage. Oh wait, no, not New Jersey Red Heritage. New Jersey Devils Red Heritage. I don't know what I was expecting. That literally just looks like a New Jersey Devils jersey. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's good. Hey, don't worry about it, Cat. No problem. Cat, network is kind of crap. So is mine. Believe me. So is mine. Oh God, where am I? There's some 4-on-4 that comes as a result. I believe both got 2 for roughing. Canadians try to get out of their zone. Oh, by the way, Jack, whenever you when you I don't know if it's you or whoever's sending it, but whenever the 10 does get sent, tell me to look at my PayPal and I'll put your name on the board if you want. All up to you. Excuse me. Habs try to get out of their zone. They're not able to. Drouin gets stoned. They threw rocks at him for some reason. No, but no. Seriously, Drouin gets stoned in front. Great pass to him. A real good shot. But Husso somehow comes up with the save. That sucks. Oh no, Boyer. Please no. Please no, Boyer. Husso keeps it 3-0 Wings. The Canadians could have made it a little bit of a game. They could have gotten at least one goal here with the Drouin opportunity. The Armia chance was good. The Farrell had a couple. Farrell had a couple good opportunities tonight. There were very small flashes that the Canadians could come into this game, but just there was not a lot of sustained pressure by the Canadians. Like there were flashes, like I said, the Armia, Drouin, and Farrell chances, but there just was not a whole lot of like, oh my god, let's go. You know, all right, Canadians are really pressuring. No, that was all in the Red Wings. Nashville almost just scored with Cat. Are they down? Are they trying to tie the game up? Oh, they're trying to lead. Oh my god. Yes, let's go. Let's go, Predators. Fuck the Knights. Let's go. Canucks are somehow up 2-0 on the Kraken, by the way. I'm kind of happy about that because I did predict them to win. Also, low-key, let's go Oilers. Solely. Yeah, it's still tied. Thank you, Cat. Fuck the Knights. Oilers want the division. I mean, John Speed, we're going for different reasons, but I'm glad we agree with the neutral message of fuck the Knights. Glad we do agree with that, though. Habs then go to the PK after the 4-on-4 ends. Typical Brendan Gallagher, it feels like. He feigns on a nice one-timer opportunity, and then he gets called for a trip. That feels like a typical Brendan Gallagher shift. Canucks only have one. Oh, for some reason I thought you meant Canucks only have one shot. Like, how do they have 2 goals on one shot? No, they only have one like draft pick in the first 60, and that would be the Islanders' first round pick. Would it not be? No, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. They have to have their own first, because there's no way they're in like a partial rebuild. Um, Vancouver Canucks cap friendly. They have to have their own first round pick this year. I'm pretty sure they do. They have to. There's no way they don't have their own first round pick. Yeah, they do. They do have their own first round pick. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, yeah, they have their own first round pick. What happened? Oh yeah, they did get rid of the Islanders pick. That was weird. They got rid of the first round pick for fucking Philip Hronak. Genuinely weird. And also his qualifying offer is like $5 million. Canucks are great. Also, big shout out Steve Yzerman signing Philip Hronak. Why? Because he's dumb. Yeah, just first round pick and then no second. Yeah, exactly, John Teeter. Exactly. Oh god. All right. So Wings pressure on their the power play. Habs able to clear it first. They're trying to get something shorthanded. It's a nice Suzuki pass that gets intercepted though. And Suzuki actually had a really good shorthanded opportunity. I forget which one it was, but I'm gonna say it here. Suzuki had a really nice wraparound opportunity. Legitimately, I really liked that Nick Suzuki opportunity. And again, that goes back to what I was saying about brilliant flashes. There were brief moments where the Canadiens playing well. We couldn't get enough sustained pressure. Hate LA. Understandable, Cat. I actually kind of like LA. That's funny enough. I thought the War product. Primo as bad as the score indicated. My dumbass assistant couldn't find the shots on goal tonight, and it's just one that just above his shoulder. Michael Pezzetta again. Nothing goal was a tip home, which we're gonna get to in a minute. Actually, it was a tip home that you can't really blame him on. And the 5th goal was just a nice one. The second goal was was on breakaway out of his jockstrap, and the 5th goal, from what I can remember, okay, it was just a wide open net on basically a 2-on-0. So Bob, I'd say Primo really only should have stopped maybe 2 of the 5 goals. The rest were just kind of on the defense. He played all right. What didn't really face a lot of great opportunities that didn't go in, like on the 2-on-0 and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought he had an okay game. He was not terrible. He was just okay. I would still send him back down if you're able to, but again, he was okay. When did Clayton Keller have 82 points, Fazio? Probably last game somehow. Go pay the refs to rig the game. You have to. Exactly, Cat. Exactly. Like, hey, yo, here's like $3. I know you can use that. It's just something like that. I'm going to check something real quick, boys. If I could log in, that'd be appreciated. There we go. If a puck that is shot hits the post, goes wide, if a puck that is shot and hits the post and goes wide, it's considered a shot. Actually, it's the opposite, Bob. If it hits the post and goes in, that's a shot. If it hits the post and goes wide, that's not a shot, actually. That is, weirdly enough, it's not considered a shot on net at that point. It is, it's more so just a, it's more so just a, like, it technically does, like, unless it hits the goalie, if it's like shot and it deflects off the goalie, off the post, and rather in and out, that's a shot. But if it misses the goaltender, and like hits the post, regardless if it goes in or not, that is for sure a shot on net. Remember when we talked about, hey Z, yes, I do remember that. Yeah, hockey movies and documentaries. I found a really good one, subtitles. Really Z, you can't just tell me found a really good one, a real documentary of the real NHL players before the draft. You can't tell me that and then not tell me the title. You got to tell me the title. Low budget but real. Z, what is it? What is this Jeff Skinner redemption arc? Fagio, really good. It's called Between Two Stalls. That's what it is. It's just an opportunity. Bro has a point per game and 60 points last year. Fazio, that's called progression. That's how players progress. That's what we got. That's what it's called, Fazio. Oh God, where am I? Yeah, so the Canadians are on the PK. Suzuki has a pass that I said that's intercepted. Canadians are 1-4 on the PK, and the Wings go right back. Michael Pizzetta with probably the best penalty of all time. It's a clear trip. Oh, my typo. I knew a shot that hits and goes wide isn't a net, isn't a shot. I can't. Yeah, no problem, Bob. Yeah, no. But a shot that does hit the post and goes in, hits the post and goes in. No, a shot that hits the post and it goes in. Yeah, a shot that hits the post and goes in. That is a shot on net because it's technically a shot that goes in the net. Like, you get what I mean? It's weird that it is like off the post and out isn't a shot. I do kind of get that, but yeah. No, Fangio, progression. I'm talking about Clayton Keller because you said, "Oh, I thought you meant. Oh, I thought you meant Clayton Keller." No, yeah, Jeff Skinner, point per game and 60 points last year. Yeah, no, dude is insane. He's 30 years old, getting paid 8.5 million, 9.5. I thought it was actually. I thought it was 9 million. And he's playing great. He's playing like he's worth about 7 million. He's living up to a good part of that contract. Genuinely very happy for Jeff Skinner. And I'm glad that he's reviving himself, not only on the score sheet, but also doing between two ferns, except better because Zach Galifianakis, cannot is not funny. I will argue that for a while he's not funny. Just like Will Ferrell, he did like one funny thing, and he's not funny. Cat really, Marchessault after the play shot the puck at the ref. I'm loading it up. I'm loading this game up right now because I gotta try and see. Nashville's going to the power play. Also, LA and Edmonton's puck drop is now at 10:45. Vegas is going on purpose, really. Keller over Matthews confirmed. Yeah, Fangio. Matthews is the one-year wonder. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Big shout out, fuck it, dude. Jonathan Marchessault, what a clown. I'm so glad Montreal doesn't have him. What a fucking dumbass. But Pizzetta with a clear trip. He dives to try and get a puck. Misses everything. Catches the Red Wings' legs. Clear penalty. And the Wings score. It's Joe Veleno on the second unit. He tips a Jake Wallman shot into the net. 4-0 Wings. This game sucks. Habs are 1-for-2 in the PK. And right off the face-off, that is the third straight penalty by the Montreal Canadiens. Gurianov goes to the box for roughing. Wings push. There's nothing for them. They will have about 30 seconds of power play time to start the third period. So, yeah, there's that. Shots are 18-17 Red Wings and a big 4-0 lead after 40 minutes of play. Red Wings don't get anything. They can't really do much in 30 seconds. You kind of got to have, He didn't get a penalty for it. Cat, then how come the Predators are on a 4-on-3 with Marchessault in the box then? How come he's in the box though? What did that happen for? Darkness, hey, Darkness, how's it going, man? So yeah, the Red Wings can't get much to start the third period. Habs are not looking for much. They try to push, but the Wings with some good defense. Shots are 0-0. Oh, you got called for holding, Cat. Oh, okay, that's probably a fine. That's probably a max allowable fine then for Marchessault, I'd assume. Can't see it being a suspension unless they like hit the official with the puck. Like I said, shots are 0-0. I don't know many people in Nashville right now. Predators coming into their zone. I believe that is not Isimont. That's the center. What's his name? I forget. Fucking Predators are setting up. Boring, too. Up. Vegas tries to steal. They're unable to. Back to the blue end. Back on 22 stick. Over to 82. Cross for, I want to say, Duchesne and a score. It's not telling me. It's not showing me original comment. I got to load up my stream on my phone real quick. Sorry, boys. All right, there we go. Is it just Junior? National Film Board movies? Intentionally put it in off of McNabb. That is awesome, Cat. Z, you're going to have to try and type that out again because for some reason it didn't show up. Start crying about how that had been a penalty and whatever. But yeah, shots are 0-0, 4 minutes in. Suzuki has a 2-on-1 break. There's a good shot up on break. There's a good shot up and over. It's 5-0 Wings. David Perron with his second of the game, a tip in front. Not a tip, but literally a wide open net. I really didn't know what to do. It's understandable. Basically, when a shot gets through, you're assuming your defenseman's able to force straight in the playoffs. They are not going out in the first round. Wings with some good chances. Habs try to find anything. Duran has a nice. Oh, Major Junior. That's what it's called. Thank you, Z. I will look it up right now. Major Junior. Oh, movie. There it is. Okay, so it's a movie. An 18-year-old hockey prodigy faces obstacles which jeopardize his career and friendships. I kind of like this actually. This is kind of cool. This is an interesting plot. I'd have to check it out, I think, if I can find a copy of it. And if I can find a if I can find a copy of this with subtitles, that'd be sick. That's what we all said in 2019. Well, Fazio, to be fair, Tampa fucking sucked in 2019 anyways. They fucking sucked. They genuinely underestimated their opponents. Boston will not be doing the same. There's no way. It's on NFB website. What's the NFB website? I don't know what's the NFB website. The Pee-wee 3D. Why did they make like a fifth Pee-wee movie and make it 3D? Why? Why? That's like come on. Like what? Why a Pee-wee movie in 3D? Oh, free movie. Oh, National Film Board. Okay. National Film Board website. I'll see if I can find it. I don't want sponsored. There you go. National Film Board of Canada. Well, it's not a documentary. It has to be a film because there's like actors. So, so yeah. No, I don't want black communities. Icebreaker. I am gay. That is good to know. Films. I'm trying to find. I don't want to like look it up. I want to see if I can like find it. I was about to say, why is Showgirls here? But that's not the Showgirls that like we're all thinking of. Maybe it's under fiction. I'm trying to find this right now. Subjects, hockey. Of course, fucking hockey's a category. Why wouldn't it be? Junior, that's not it. Icebreakers. Actually, maybe that's the one. Where's it from? 2017, Major Junior. This one is supposed to be from 2017. Oh, maybe it is Junior. It might be Junior then, actually. Major Junior, they're not actors. Oh, because I looked up Major Junior, like you said, and it brought up Junior Major, which is a movie. I found Junior. Yeah, full-length documentary. Yeah, okay, no. That's kind of funny. I don't know if they based the movie Major Junior off the documentary Junior, but like it's here. Wow, yeah, it's here. It's here to watch. Closed captions, English. Wow, nice. Noah, you own the Pens. Then how come you almost lost to the Ottawa Senators tonight? How come you almost choked and almost lost to them in overtime, my guy? Noah, that's funny. That is genuinely funny. You think that you own any teams other than Hartford? Yeah. The game was boring at this stage. Like I said, Primo's making a couple saves. Wings had more chances. Wings are trying to just find any. Oh, sorry, Bob. I completely missed your comment. Habs have lost 670 man games to injury. The Leafs are the second most at 532. Bob, yeah, it's insane. Keep in mind that keep in mind that like 670, like Paul Byron and Carey Price are probably being counted because they're on the cap and they've been injured the whole year. But still, like back-to-back years, first in the league at man games lost. Genuinely insane. We're second in the standings right now. Yeah, Noah, who knows that aside from the 3 Hartford Whalers fans that exist? Literally nobody. You're a first-round exit, my guy. When was the last time you made the Cup Finals again? When was the last time you were actually relevant, Noah? When was the last time the Hartford Whalers meant something in the NHL? Exactly. Saying nothing, because there is nothing. Wings push, like I said. Drouin with a nice rush, but there's nothing for the Canadiens. Wings push, shot from the blue line. There's a near tip. Primo was just kind of trying to remain calm with 5 minutes left. Yeah, Noah, we've won 23 more than you in just the NHL. If you're including the NHA, we've won it 25 more times than you. So yeah, get on our level. Hartford. Habs suck. They were not able to get much pressure. They know they're done. We were cooked, honestly. Like Randy was saying earlier, we've really just run out of gas. We've really just run out of gas. What's the NHA? You say you know your puck, Noah. The conspiracy theorist in me says that several Habs were kept out of 10 games due to sneezes and paper cuts in an effort to secure a top 5 draft pick. Discuss. Bob, I could see that maybe being the case. I mean, we've seen it before. With who was it on the Maple Leafs? I think it was not Joffrey Lupul. I forgot who it was in the Leafs in like 2015. He said that like when he was injured, when he was like good to go, the Maple Leafs kept holding him out of the lineup because they wanted a top 5 pick. They wanted to secure first overall. And so like I kind of feel it could be in an effort to get a top 5 pick this year what we're doing. But I don't know if we would intentionally Lupul, exactly, Bob. Yeah, Joffrey Lupul, thank you. I wasn't sure if it was him or if it was Stefan Robidas. I know it was one of those guys that were on Robidas Island for a long time. But like I don't know if we'd intentionally hold out, like say Jurasovkovsky or Sean Monahan when they could really help, or Caden Gooley, you're really helping the young guys along, or if you're a young guy, experience and massive. Like I do think like we're not as heartbroken as usual because it's like, oh no, we lost, Jurasovkovsky for example, but I think management was more or less like, all right, so yeah, we're almost guaranteed a top bottom 5 pick now. We've had like 18 guys out of the lineup. That's not bad. Injuries, obviously, but it is a little bit more like all right, this guy's out. That sucks. Bottom 5 pick though. It's probably more that in terms of the management, but a couple games longer than they really could have been. They could have been in the lineup 4 or 5 games earlier, maybe. But I think there's a little bit there. Like I said, again, going back to the Leafs, like Joffrey Lupul and whatever. There is definitely a little bit, like I said, there to discuss. And yeah, I don't think it's as severe as like, oh, we faked Jurasovkovsky's injury. He could have come back last month, but he didn't. I don't think it's something like that. I think it's more of just Sovkovsky probably could be back for the last like 3 games of the year. But like we're just gonna hold him out because we don't want to win one of those 3 last games and maybe risk going above somebody. I think we are all but guaranteed a bottom 5 pick anyways, because if we look at the standings, like obviously we're eliminated. There's not any way we can fluke our way into the playoffs or winning the last 4 games of the year, for example. But if we're looking at the league standings, the Canadiens are currently 5th last in the National Hockey League. They are tied with they're one below the Arizona Coyotes. We probably don't fall below San Jose, despite the fact that they've weirdly enough won 3 games in a row. I don't think we fall below San Jose. Anaheim and Chicago basically fucking locked down first and second because holy hell, 2 game, both of them on 8 game losing streaks. Just Jesus. But yeah, no, for me, I'd say it's more of a. I think at this stage, like we're guaranteed a top 6 pick, unless say Philly or Vancouver for some reason somehow end up getting first overall, then we jump down a spot or potentially 2 spots. But I think we're all but guaranteed a bottom 5 pick for sure, or top 5 pick, I guess technically. We're guaranteed a top 5 pick. I don't know if at this stage holding guys out is really going to be a bad thing, especially because like if you wanted to guarantee losing games, just play Jake Allen for the remaining 5 games of the year, including tonight, for example. I think that even the most diehard Habs fans will at least acknowledge the rebuild is taking longer, so maybe not as upset. I think the rebuild is on track, but this man games lost looks sus. Bob, hearing you say sus is so weird, but I love it. I genuinely love it. But yeah, no, I definitely I don't think the rebuild is necessarily taking longer. I think it's probably this final year of true we're going to be bad for a good draft pick. I think next year we want to be competitive, and then the year after that is when we try to make playoffs. Now, could things rush along and say next year we're somehow in the playoff spot? Yeah, probably. I don't think we're going to go through this. Oh, sorry. I don't think we're going to go through this. Oh, look who accidentally got hurt this year. I don't think we're going to go through that like we did this year, for example, but I think we'll obviously continue to see some injuries, not necessarily to the level of, Caulfield, Jackeye, Dvorak, Monahan, and just like two other guys, Savard, requiring, season-ending surgery. I don't think we're to that level next year, but I do think we're going to have a couple injuries. Every team always has injuries every season. So I do think we're going to have to keep guys like Sean Farrell, because I think he does play in the AHL next year. I think we're going to have to keep a lot more depth on hand. Again, like a Sean Farrell, if he ends up in the AHL, Alex Belzile, or Jan Mysak, for example. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Jan Mysak get a call up for like the last game of the year, or the last 2 games of the year, for example. Maybe not the last year, because that game's against Boston, and those usually don't go too great. But but yeah, I would at least. I would at the very least, I wouldn't acknowledge again that the rebuild is taking longer than expected. Again, like I said, I think my point being, I think it's really just this year that we're really truly rebuilding, and then being competitive, and just kind of wait for the young guys to come up. Wait for Joshua Waugh to be NHL ready. Wait for Jan Mysak to start coming up, and Owen Beck, and wait for Slavkovsky to properly develop, and Caden Cooley, Logan Mailloux, Lane Hudson, Jacob Dobbs. I think that it wouldn't surprise me, honestly. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't end up surprising me if that ends up being the case with Hughes and Gorton. Do you think that top currently undrafted, okay, so like the top upcoming draft Russian-based players actually do drop due to the Ukraine conflict? And if so, do the Habs take a flyer on one of them with the second pick in the first round? Bob, given that apparently the Canadiens are not considering drafting Russians, the easy answer is no. But for the sake of conversation, with Florida's pick, say that ends up being, let's just say 15, 16. Say they barely miss the playoffs or whatever. Say it's 15, 16, and they don't win a lottery, because it's probably not going to happen. And even with that lottery pick, they would only move up to, say, 6th overall, for example. I with 16th, 15th overall, around there, if, say, Matvei Mishkov does fall to there somehow, for me, it'd be incredibly tempting to not pick him up. Even if he never ends up coming over, it's worth the pick, because Matvei Mishkov, and of course, teams are going to have the discussions with Matvei Mishkov, hey, do you want to come over to the NHL? Do you plan on coming over to the NHL at some point? There's always going to be that. For example, there's always, hey, would you want to come over to the NHL in 3-4 years or whatever? And I think a lot of teams are going to have that, especially with Mishkov. And if Montreal is a team that is interested, and he's willing to come to the NHL in 2 years, I think that's perfectly okay. You give him those 2 years in Russia, and especially at a 15th, 16th overall. Again, for a guy who should be a 40, 50 goal scorer, and apparently Matt tonight, because the sky is blue. Not right now because it's dark, but usually the sky is blue. Yeah. But yeah, no. I goal scorer like you did with Cole Caulfield 4 years ago. To do that with Matvei Mishkov, while it's a flyer and a big risk, right last year, clearly this team willing to take that risk if it means eventually bettering the team. I think Matvei Mishkov. Yeah, exactly. Just like Bridget Stein flyer on Mailloux, it'd be a Schwad move to try. It'd be just a really ballsy, gutsy move. And turns out, well, sure, okay, we could have Logan Stankoven, maybe Atu Ratu or whatever. Logan Mailloux's looking like he'll be a pretty all-right top 4 defenseman for the Canadiens, a pretty good offensive defenseman for Montreal, unless you trade him, which at this point I don't think we will, because management probably already would have if they didn't like Mailloux's character, for example. But Mailloux's going to be a good top 4 guy, I think, and especially with the last pick or second last pick in the first round, that's not bad. Exactly. Unless there's a guy there at that spot that you just absolutely have to have. Exactly, Bob. Like, I mean, I don't think there's going to be anybody you really want more than a 40, 50 goal scorer, for example. Maybe a 60 goal scorer. No, but unless there's apparently the Canadians are really high on David Reinbacher. So unless say a Reinbacher or a Dvorsky fall there, that's who I could see them picking over Matvei Michkov. But given Dvorsky is supposed to go around 10, and Reinbacher is apparently expected by a lot of people to go higher than where he's projected, which I think is about 21, 22. If he is still there at 15, 16, again, say that's where the Florida pick falls, for example, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't end up surprising me if that is, if we do go Reinbacher over Michkov. And if he falls to, say, the second round, which I can't see Michkov falling that far, but if he somehow does, Montreal maybe takes that risk at that stage. Like, hey, this is a guy who's already playing in the KHL. He has great shooting ability. He has great skills. Hopefully has a decent character to him. I'm assuming because he's Russian and a goal-scoring Russian. He's got a pretty good, like, Ovechkin-esque attitude. Not attitude, you know what I mean? Like a mentality or whatever. Not like attitude, you know what I mean? Why not? Like, because the Canadiens, this management group is definitely about character along with skill, speed, and having what the fundamentals. Basically, they're also looking at character, which I love because they're looking clearly for a team that supports each other, knows where everybody's going to be, building chemistry, and also, excuse me, sorry, by the way, one that can work as a unit and doesn't just care about themselves. I really like that. I really like that about this team. And I think in 3 to 4 years, we're going to be deadly. Maybe 5 years. We're going to be a deadly team in the National Hockey League. We genuinely might be contending for a President's Trophy when, Logan Mailloux, Lane Hudson, Sean Farrell, Josh Waugh, Jan Mishak, Owen Beck, Slavkovsky's in his prime, when all these guys are starting to hit their prime in 4 to 5 years, we're going to be an incredible team. We are going to be an absolutely phenomenal hockey team, I think. Yeah, Mayhew's going to be an absolute beast. I think so too, Bob. I don't think he's going to necessarily be a top pair of defensemen for us just because I think the right side we have Lane Hudson. And so, yeah, Logan Mayhew's probably going to be stuck on the second pair, unfortunately. But as much as I like, again, Logan Mailloux is going to be incredible. He's going to be a great power play guy, great power play specialist, I think. Really good shot. I like his passing ability. His creativity as well is just mwah. Love that creativity from Logan Mailloux. He's just a solid all-around guy, and I'm very happy with what we get out of Logan Mailloux. And I think I agree with you. I think he's an absolute beast. He's going to be incredible to watch with the Montreal Canadiens, and hopefully hopefully next season, he's allowed to play in the NHL and ends up. I think it'd be awesome to see. Logan Mailloux get a training camp, not training camp. I think it'd be awesome to see him get a not a tryout, but an invitation to the training camp. My mind blanked for a second. I'm sorry, but it'd be awesome to see him get an invitation to training camp and see him actually play well. I think that'd be sick. I'd love that. Early prediction for the Habs in 23-24, so next year. I don't think we're going to be nearly as bad. And of course, this is depending on injuries. If there is an injury bug like this year, then we're probably going to end up being terrible. Well, actually, no, I don't know, because a lot of our prospects are probably going to be a bit more developed. And so, for example, you can call up probably a Josh Waugh or Sean Farrell, for example, because they could be in the AHL and they'll be able to play better. I think that we will not have. Even if we have a bit of an injury bug this next year, we won't be as terrible as this year. But with that being said, say, for example, injuries leave us alone. They go to, I don't know, Arizona for whatever reason. Exactly. He's an optimist. Still don't make the playoffs. I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, no, Randy, I don't think we make the playoffs. If we do, I think, I don't think we make the playoffs, but I think we're like near there. We're like near the wild card. We're competitive. I think we end the year next year within and around 35 to 40 wins, like that team who just is outside of the playoffs, but it's like, yeah, no, like we're next year's Buffalo, what Buffalo was this year. Obviously not to the level where it's like, hey, you're on like a 6-game losing streak and you're almost out of the playoffs, but like you're not bad, I think, like, you know what I mean? Like to the level where you're competitive, you're playing hard almost every night, and you're actually trying, and you're near a playoff spot. You just can't get in this year. Next year you should, something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if the Canadiens, like I said, do end up contending for a playoff spot, but just end up outside, unfortunately. I think it'd be nice to get in. Obviously, it'd be really cool. First, second wild card, and then yeah. But I think we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be competitive in around that 30 of Kofsky, Arbor Jackeye, Caden Gooley. If we get healthy, it's gonna be a much better year next season, I think. Caulfield, low before the season, I would rather not. No, Randy, no. I think the time for the full out rebuild is done. Like I said, it's just wait to make it. Whoever you get next year, that's cool. Whatever. This is the last big year of the Canadiens tanking. I think next year it's more about start to be Stanley Cup final, 2 years of reach, great prospect. Caden Gooley, Cole Caulfield, guys like this. You've already had these great prospects here. Owen Beck, Lane Hudson, Vin is Rocher. Someone can correct me on the name. I still don't know how to say it properly. But, just getting these kind of last batch of guys where it's like, oh, all right, we need that. Stage, like I said, I think next year, Mike Hoffman. I still think David Savard sticks around. I think after his current contract ends, it's probably another 1 or 2 year deal. Probably in and around $2.5-3 million. I could see that being the case. Maybe $4 million, just because by the time his contract ends, I think the cap is near $90 million. So technically, the inflation for the cap means that like a guy making $3 million would make $4.5 in the expanded cap, for example. I like not making it does mean okay, that's fine. We get a potential better pick. That's whatever. But like again, if it comes down to it, I'd much rather be competitive and barely miss over full out rebuilding again next year, for example, and completely selling off a lot of veterans. With too many youngsters, I doubt we can be competitive with the veteran clubs. I'm so on that, Randy. I think that a lot of youngsters will want to be fighting. I do think Caulfield is going to come back next year with kind of a chip on his shoulder, like, hey, I'm not going to get hurt like last year. I'm going to show the NHL what Cole Caulfield can do. I think he's going to have that. Suzuki, I think, is going to want to continue just like, hey, I'm going to break Phil Kessel's Iron Man streak somehow, because he apparently wants to do that, it feels like. He's played 5,000 straight games, it feels like, weirdly enough. Big shout out, 0 viewers according to YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. Apparently nobody is watching me right now. Good job, YouTube. You're great on the view counter. Absolutely incredible. Great, YouTube. But yeah, no. But again, I feel like with the youngsters, while we might not, yeah, exactly, Bob. You're still here. It's weird. YouTube's again is showing me 0 viewers. I know there's like 3 of you, 4 of you guys still here. It's just YouTube is just great. Love YouTube. But yeah, again, with the youngsters, like, while we may not necessarily be able to, competitive enough with the veteran clubs like Boston and Tampa, I guess technically, at least in the regular season, Toronto, for example, or like the Rangers, keep in mind that there's also Washington, who is a big veteran club that kind of fell off this year. Pittsburgh is one of those that could fall off next year. These veteran clubs do not always end up being the ones making the playoffs. I would argue that the New York Rangers, as much as I just said that they're a veteran club, think about how many young guys they have in the lineup. Lafreniere, Kakko, Fost, K'Andre Miller. I would even argue Igor Shesterkin is still a bit of a kid. He's 26, 27, but like still, he's young enough that he can he's only like his third year in the league, really. So I don't know. There's always that room for a young competitive team to mix things up and end up making a playoff spot. We'll see how next year goes, but I do think it's going to be a lot better than this year. I think it's going to be a lot better. Exactly, Bob. I think your assessment of next year is legit. Thank you very much. Exactly. Just got to stay healthy. The D will be better. The D will get better. Caden Gooley, keep in mind, with his rookie season, there we go. We got 2 viewers again now. There we go. Again, with for example, with Caden Gooley, this was his rookie year, and he's already playing like a veteran. He's playing like he's been in the NHL for 5 to 6 years and just knows what to do, basically. That's how good Caden Gooley is. If he improves upon that next year, we're going to have a damn good defenseman, Caden Gooley. Justin Barron and Jordan Harris, if they can just handle, I think, the defensive sides a little bit better than they did this year, they're going to be solid. Arbor Jackeye just kind of keep doing what he's doing, except just, I guess, get better naturally. That's good, you know? And then you got David Savard and Mike Matheson in there as probably, I'd assume, the two veterans that you have in there. The only issue is then Kovacevic, who I thought had a decent role. He's either in Laval or you just have him as a 7th D. I'd probably send him down to Laval, try and sneak him through waivers, and then if you need him, just, hey, Jonathan Kovacevic, you're a good defensive defenseman. Here's a spot in the lineup because someone's injured, you know? I think that's probably what you go for. Jack, sorry for getting to you only now. We just had a lot of questions ahead of you. The expansion draft will probably be 3 days from now. I'm working on growth right now. Well, not like right this second, obviously, but you know what I mean. I'm working on league growth. I'm currently working on AHL teams. I still have those and goaltenders to get through. And then once we get through that, I can put those on the sheet. And then we will work on the expansion draft. So, yeah, there's that. We should all be good within the next couple days to do the expansion. Thank you for asking. As I mentioned before, Habs style, Jesus, my throat. I gotta take a sip of Pepsi. 1 second, boys. Sorry. Not sponsored. Pepsi. Sponsor me. I drink your fucking cancer in a can. Don't worry. Your cancer. Yeah. No, but as I mentioned before, Habs style of play hasn't changed in the past 10 to 15 years. Randy, it's changed a bit. I do have to say, I think it has changed a bit under Marty St. Louis, and it'll continue to change. Keep in mind that a lot of these guys, again, like a Savard and a Suzuki and Edmondson, for example, these are guys that have been playing under, not for as long as, you know, like the young kids that are going to be coming up and they'll be adapting to the Marty St. Louis style of play, for example. You know, these guys are used to a more defensive kind of laid back style of hockey. I do think that as the next 2 to 3 years progress with, for example, say Stefan Robidas stays as the defensive coach, Marty St. Louis is the head coach, I think we're going to be fine. We can handle the defensive abilities. The only thing that I genuinely would do at this point is just fire Alex Burrows. I would find a new power play coach. Like Burrows, like when he's conducting the power play, he's had moments of being good, but just overall, it just has not been great with Burrows on the power play. And I did say, that, oh, you know, I would like to give him a chance, but he's not. And I granted, yes, of all their power play guys except Nick Suzuki, and again, probably for next year, Raphael Harvey-Pinard, basically, and probably Mike Matheson. But just, wow, you know, like we haven't even been adapting to how guys play our PK, our power play, which is why it's really, you get this Alex Burrows. Fuck, I don't know. Why not? Pick up Bruce Boudreau. Try him as a power play coach if he's willing to take that job. Why not? Why not? Try out Bruce Boudreau as a power play coach. You can't get worse than you get right now. Plus, it's always good to have a veteran presence like Bruce Boudreau to help out Marty St. Louis as a head coach. He seemed to get a good grasp of it so far. But, Peter Laviolette. Yeah, Peter Laviolette is who the Capitals' current head coach is right now. I'm saying full rebuild, but, you know, like basically what we've considered to be our rebuild is what I meant by that. The one thing the Habs have definitely missed this year is the edge of the. Yeah, no, Bob. Yeah, I definitely get that. I think Jack-Eye is actually showing more edge, in my opinion, than Gallagher used to do. I think Jack-Eye has definitely brought a lot of that, hey, and instead of Gallagher, you know, just going over, just getting scrums, whatever, you know, like Jack's just like, hey, we're dropping the gloves, and I will fuck you. Wouldn't be out of the question to see him wearing an A in 3 to 4 years. Like I said, if Suzuki wasn't here, potential captain material out of Arbor Jack-Eye, but I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, in 3 to 5 years when we're starting to really get into the playoffs, I'll be surprised to see Arbor Jack-Eye wearing an A like Gallagher's doing right now. And like you said, Anderson didn't show a lot of that this year, even Edmonds. But yeah, no, Jack-Eye definitely has brought some of that back for sure. It still hurts that we're missing both him and now Gallagher seems to be trying to focus more on offense rather than being a pest, which sucks because that's what we pay him $6.5 million for, is to be a pest. But yeah, no, we definitely have missed that edge for sure. And I think as long as Jack-Eye stays healthy next year, and we can maybe say if we keep Anderson, get him to bring that out a little bit more. Definitely, we're a bit of a mean streak team. We are definitely a bit of a mean streak team. Hell, even not exactly him because he's retired, but say someone like a Brian Boyle, you bring him in for a fourth line role, for example, big buff type of guy. Again, not Brian Boyle exactly because he just retired, but someone like him, for example, bring him in as a big body, go in, he can scrap, play well defensively, use him on the PK. Someone who's being used in a Chris Tierney role right now, but just kind of throw him on the wing basically and just have him on the PK. That'd be fine with that. Yeah, the Rangers have only lost 47 man games to injury this year. Exactly, Bob. That I didn't even notice that. But yeah, it's just been like, wow, the Rangers do not get hurt. And Bob, those 47 are probably including the 10 games Kane missed in Chicago, which is even more impressive. I don't know if that would count against Chicago or the Rangers. I'm assuming that does stick with the Blackhawks actually. But still, you only lose 47 man games to injury. That's pretty good. That's really damn good. All good, enjoying listening to your takes on the team. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that, man. Much appreciated. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. Transparency alert. I cannot be expected to be able to ever spell his name right. Hashtag Jack. Hashtag Wi-Fi. Hashtag need a new assistant. I agree, Bob. You absolutely need a new assistant to teach you how to spell Jack Eye's name. XHEJAKAJ. Apparently, I need a new assistant too because I can't spell his name either. Yes, Mazar's a really solid prospect, Jack. I was really happy that we picked him and also got Slavkovsky because they're apparently really good friends. So that was really awesome to see. It'd be awesome to see them on a second line together. I don't know if if we get Dubois, I could genuinely see that top line next year being Dubois, Suzuki, Caulfield. But when Mazar makes the team, I'd love to see a line of Slavkovsky and Mazar on the same line together, and then maybe say a Sean Farrell or a Josh Waugh on that right wing or left wing, wherever they end up playing everybody. That'd be sick to see. I agree with you. And also, Bob, I can't blame you. As long as you write Jack I or Wi-Fi or whatever, I'll know who you're talking about. So don't worry, my guy. Wi-Fi sucks tonight. It's what the fuck are you talking about, Bob? No, Jack I didn't suck tonight. No, your Wi-Fi's I don't have Arbor Jack I. What the fuck are you talking about? Klingberg. Yeah, Bob. Klingberg could have a little bit of a mean streak. He has a little bit of an edge, more offensive though. Wouldn't be surprised to see him come to Montreal, considering last year we apparently did have some type of deal in place, even though he would sign with Montreal and immediately be traded to Edmonton and then ended up signing in Anaheim, weirdly enough. Even though I think it was more of a, hey, look, you're not going to play in Montreal. We are trading you to Edmonton, but you want to sign with us, and he apparently was close to agreeing. So I wonder if it was more of a, we had planned to do that and say not tell him. Yeah. Well, Bob, given that Klingberg is now in, I forget, but in Anaheim, in Minnesota, he's now in Minnesota, and then he's a UFA at the end of the year. I could definitely see, if he's a UFA at the end of the year and Minnesota doesn't resign him, which they're apparently going to be, I think, $14 million of their salary cap is going against the Suter and Parise buyouts, if I remember correctly. Minnesota Wildcat friendly. And I'm pretty sure that's they're going to have to suck next year, I think. If I could find, there we go. Next year buyouts. Yeah, so this year, $6.3, $12.7 million of their cap is being eaten up by Parise and Suter. Next year, it's 14.7, $1 million more for each guy. Same for 24-25. So they're really gonna have to kind of scrap together guys like Klingberg and Dumba are almost guaranteed to be gone after this year. Who's probably gone? Oscar Sundqvist is more than likely gone. I don't know who paid him $2.75 million anyway. Reeves, I could see him taking a discount, $1 million for 1 year. Freddie Gaudreau wouldn't surprise me if he's gone. Marcus Johansson's probably gone. Sam Steele probably stays. Brendan Duhaime stays. But they're going to have a hard time comprising a team next year. Granted, yes, the cap is supposed to go up $1 million, so that does kind of help them next year. And 24-25, the cap is supposed to go up to 90 million, something like that. Near 90 million, so that does also help them. It's going to be tough. Yeah, no problem, Bob, no problem. Again, given that Klingberg is a UFA after this year, and they probably won't be able to re-sign him, it wouldn't surprise me if the Canadiens maybe try and go after him. But then again, given that we're probably not trying to, given that we're not giving out long-term deals for veteran players, apparently we've already confirmed that we're not doing that this year in free agency. Maybe another 1 year for Klingberg, for example. If we're out of it, trade him at the deadline. If we're near a playoff spot, cool. You're probably going to stick around, and then just I guess maybe leave in the offseason. I don't know if you like being in Montreal. Maybe take a pay cut, something like that. We really are at least exactly, Bob. We are 2 years away. Like again, next year is more of just a competitive. Exactly, Bob. We are 2 years away. Like again, next year is more of just a competitive. Kind of see what happens. Not necessarily, train a first round pick, obviously, but I think, okay, third round pick for a guy who's not playing great, veteran doesn't fit, maybe even like Sean Monahan, like we were doing with him before he got hurt, which is another guy, Sean Monahan. I still think we might bring him back. I think it'd be interesting if he were retired. If he has to retire, might be getting a little bit close to that, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly, Bob. The competitive progression, exactly. Like next year, it's going to be more of a, again, just, we'll be competitive more than likely. Just kind of see what happens. If we're in a cool future, that's when it's like, all right, you would be in or at least close to a wild card spot. The year after, for sure, I think 25-26 is when we absolutely want to be back in the playoffs. Again, I think next year, again, more of a see what happens type of deal. The year after for 24. No, for 26-27, we want to be back in the playoffs. For 25-26, it's say, hey, you should be near a playoff spot, if not, barely out. And then the year after for 26-27, that's absolutely when it should be. All right, it's time, boys. Make the playoffs. I think that's when it'll be. Chicago's up for no way, Bob. Up 4-3 over Calgary. Dude, Calgary needs this game too, I'm pretty sure. Do they not need this game to keep sorry, do they not need this game for no, I don't want games tonight. I want standings. I'm dumb. Do they not need this game to keep that last wildcard spot or get close to it? I'm 99% sure. I'm 99% sure that's the case. But yeah, if LA or not LA, if Chicago beats the Flames, that'd be insane. West. Wow, yeah. So Calgary had to win this game. If they lose, if they won this game, they tie with the Jets for the last wild card spot. If they lose this game, that is absolutely insane. Plus, it also gives for I don't know if they won or lost tonight, but that's massive if the Flames end up losing this game to the Blackhawks. A game that, quite frankly, they should have destroyed the Blackhawks tonight. They're on a 4-game winning streak. The Blackhawks have lost 8 in a row, and they're about to lose to those guys. That is genuinely is sickening. Bro. And they're about to lose to those guys. That is genuinely is sickening. Genuinely the most funniest things. It's the third time this year. No way, Bob. That is crazy. It's the third time out of 4 games that they've lost to the Blackhawks this year. Thank you for your stats analyst, because I would not have been able to figure that out myself. I would have assumed, because I think they lost one before for sure. I didn't realize that it'd be this nuts. I'm watching this game right now. You know what? Before I get to any more of your comments, Toffoli made it 4-3 about 4 minutes ago. Wow, so it was 4-2. Let's go. Let's go, Tyler Toffoli. That's awesome. I'm going to recap the rest of this game. I'll get to any of your comments, boys, as I'm going to keep watching this. Actually, I might as well just go to the stream here because we're on commercial break now. All right. All right. So the Wings get chances. Julian has a nice rush, but there's nothing. Wings and push again. The shot from the blue line that's nearly tipped. Primo was just trying to remain calm with 5 minutes left. Habs kind of sucked. There was not much pressure. Habs didn't go to the power play with 4 minutes left. Veleno is called for a hook. Canadians weren't able to get much of anything. Habs fans are booing. It is 0-3 on the power play for the Canadians. Habs fans booing once again as the game just kind of ends. Really not much push from the Canadians. Yeah. You sent me 2 movies on Facebook. Oh, okay, thank you, Z. I appreciate it. I will try to look in a minute. Yeah, I will try to look that up in Discord's too complicated. All right, no problem, Z. No problem. That's fine. I get that. I get that. Believe me. I get that, man. I get that. All right, where am I? Okay, sorry. I'll check that out after stream. Thank you, Z. I appreciate it. Thank you for sending me the movies on Facebook. I appreciate that. If I can find, okay, I can close the standings. All right, let me get the game back open. All right, so yeah, that's the game. Red Wings end up taking it 5-0 in regulation. The final shots are 24-21 for the Habs. That kind of sucked. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, boys, I'm gonna recap the stats. We're gonna finish up the Blackhawks and Flames game, and then we're gonna work our way to the outro. Nick Suzuki leads the Canadiens, 23 goals, 38 assists, 61 points. Kirby Dach out for the rest of the year, 14 goals, 25 assists, 39 points. That's how much of a difference there is. Goal Cole Caulfield, unfortunately. Calgary and Jeanette Hawks just hit the post. No way. Oh my god. That is nuts. Wow. All right, so yeah, the game's back on. The Flames have the empty net. 2:40 left in the game. And the Blackhawks. Yep, there it is. They just hit the post. Oh my god. Dude, that's gonna come back to haunt them. The Flames are setting up back behind their own net. That might be Nazem Kadri, I think, out there. No, I think that's Noah Hanifin, actually. Yes, Noah Hanifin's gonna dump it around. Might be Michael Backlund. Ooh, nice opportunity for the Blackhawks. And trying to clear, not able to. Now they can. And that's just dumped down into the zone. All right, I'll get to the stats. Flames are on the puck, by the way. Mike Hoffman has 13 goals, 20 assists, 33 points. Josh Anderson is out for the rest of the year. 21 goals, 11 assists, 32 points. Mike Matheson, 7 goals, 22 assists, 29 points. Christian Dvorak, who's out for the rest of the year. 10 goals, 18 assists, 28 points. Jonathan Drouin, 2 goals, 26 assists, 28 points. But a reminder, he apparently sucks. As our, 8th on the team in point scoring? Yeah. David Savard, who's out for the rest of the year. 3 goals, 17 assists, 20 points. That was a weird hit by the Blackhawks. That was a nice one. Flames at the blue line. They're trying to get a shot away. Nothing's available. And, 25 on the Hawks almost. Oh, that was the crush. But it won't be. And just missed the empty net. I not figure that out at all. Mangiapane. And he loses edge. Mangiapane just lost it. And that's going to be a trip. No. Tato. They can't bury it. Blackhawks. The Flames around. Left side. That was a nice scramble in front. And things are going to get a bit pushy. Things are going to get a bit pushy. I hope you guys are enjoying this last minute commentary. And I believe that it's going to be some 4-on-4, I think. They're recapping that post. I'm going to get to some more stats. Raphael Havre-Pinard has 14 goals, 5 assists, 19 points. He is also hurt. I should probably highlight him. Harris. Oh, apparently I can't do that on here. Okay, well, let me... No, I don't want to highlight Havre-Pinard in gold, even though he has been playing like he's gold recently. But yeah, Havre-Pinard was unfortunately hurt for the rest of the year. 14 goals, 5 assists, 19 points. Yevgeny Donov, when he was a Montreal Canadien, 4 goals, 14 assists, 18 points. Same as Caden Gooley, who is unfortunately out for the rest of the year. Excuse me. Sean Monahab, 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points. There's some weird malfunctioning with the net right now. They can't get the net back in place. Now I think they've got it. Jordan Harris, 4 goals, 13 assists, 17 points. So they're showing it right now. So the net kind of came off the mooring a little bit. Like it moved. Weird. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Jesse Ullinen, 6 goals. Oh, it was a skate blade, maybe. They were searching for the puck. Oh, okay. They couldn't find the puck where it was. Jesse Ullinen, 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points. Jake Evans, 2 goals, 13 assists, 15 points. The Flames have called a timeout. Alex Belzil, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points. Justin Barron, 3 goals, 11 assists, 14 points. Jonathan Kovacevic, 2 goals, 12 assists, 14 points. Brendan Gallagher, 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 points. The puck was under the net. Yeah, Mrazek with some big saves for sure, Bob. Definitely. The puck being under the net, that is weird. You do not see that often at all in the NHL. Michael Pizzetta, 6 goals, 7 assists, 13 points. Arbor Jacki was out for the rest of the year. 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. Rem Pitlick, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. Yoel Armia, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points. Joel Edmondson, 2 goals, 9 assists, 10 points. Rastovkovsky, Lindholm in for the faceoff. Rastovkovsky, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. The Flames kind of win the faceoff. It's a scramble against the boards. Flames are trying to come away with it. They do, kind of. Blackhawks, and they can't clear it. Lindholm And the Blackhawks do clear and into the net, and they score. No, they don't. Just wide of the net, and that's icing. 11.6 left in the third, and the Flames will have one last chance to try and tie this game up. Dennis Gurianov with 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. Chris Tierney with a goal, 5 assists for 6 points. Chris Weidman, 6 assists, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points for Anthony Richard. Sean Farrell with an assist. Jake Allen, who's currently hurt, and Corey Shanneman each with an assist. Face off, Lindholm and the Flames jumping a little bit too early. And they win the face off. Back to the blue line. Over to Foley. He's on it, trying to block in front. Ooh, shot, and they can't get it away. This game's over. The Blackhawks have won. The Blackhawks just beat the Calgary Flames. That is a guaranteed Ford F-150 moment right there, if you ask me. Peter Mrazek coming up huge in the last final minutes there. That was a solid fun game. What the fuck? It was 2-0 Vancouver. It's now 4-0. It's now 4-2. It's now 4 in Seattle somehow. They've scored so many goals that the Canucks just don't they don't have any goals anymore. No, but it is 4-2 now. I don't know what happened, but Vancouver just decided to become Vancouver. The Panthers beat the goddamn Sabres, and that should pretty much eliminate them. My life is pain. I hate that. All right, let's get to I got the fights to recap, and we'll get to the outro. Arbor Jacki leads the team with 9 fights. Michael Pizzetta has 6. Caden Gooley and Jake Evans each with 2 fights. Kirby Doc, Josh Anderson, Mike Matheson, Alex Belzos, Jonathan Kovacevic, Brendan Gallagher, and Chris Weidman all have a single fight this year as well. That is going to do it for today's stream, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Favorite channel includes, but is not limited to, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Terminals. My name is Rice. Subscribe to the Puff Club. We're going to these clubs. So we're going to suburbs. We're going to nation from Long Squad. Come on, comments, streams, and it is much greatly appreciated. Thank you guys again for watching. Links in the description are the Amazon wishlist, the PO box, and the PayPal. The Discord, Leatherbox, Spinner account, and the Twitch are all down there as well. Thank you guys again so much for watching. My name is Rice. Ana Maria. Remember Ana Maria. I remember our better class. I'm fairly okay with like this year. I'll have to go, baby. Thank you guys again for watching. Okay, Harry. Hey, wit. Wit. Wait. Oh, okay, Bob. I can wait. I will wait. How's the weather doing, boys? Surprisingly, at the end of the first intermission, the Kings and Oilers are completely tied, deadlocked at 0. All right, Bob. I'll wait. I'll wait a minute. I'll wait for you if you want. Colorado, who scored 2 goals in about 5 minutes to open the game against the Sharks, surprisingly are still only up 2-0. That was a great save by the Sharks goalie on a 2-on-1. That kept it from being 3-0. I wanted to ask you on a serious note. All right, no problem, Bob. All right, you can ask me whatever you want, I guess. I've been selling meth Cruz. Oh, wait, no, that's not like what Bob just said. I'm reading something from my Discord. I'm reading something from my Discord. Oh my god. All right, boys, I'm just replying to my friend Romain for Bob. I want to ask you on a serious note. All right. I love that it's just been Bob this whole time. Pretty much aside from like the Z comments. Like it's just been Bob interacting the last like 10 minutes. I love it. Love the activity from Bob. Love it. To look at the chat just in case for some reason what Bob said. Oh, I'm not trying to word this, but I thought you last week on the report of those 6. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Bob. I actually didn't hear about that. Surprisingly, as an Indigenous person, I'm not. I don't. Indian. 6 Indigenous, not group. 6 Indigenous people. I'm looking it up right now. Like, saw you last week in the report of those 6 Indigenous people were discovered. Yeah, again, Bob. I guess thank you again. I guess thank you for. I just didn't. I didn't hear about that weirdly enough. Not 6 First Nations. Okay, what if I look up news? Will it give me sort by past month? Why not? Yeah, weirdly enough, I'm not seeing anything here. But again, thank you, Bob. Sorry, man, I don't know what happened, but wasn't it close to where you are? I don't know what happened. Close. I'll look up Quebec because if it's no, I can't. That's not it. What if I go into the past month, past week? Maybe that would help. Um, yeah, anything there. Okay, no, come on, dude, come on, my guy. We're talking about something serious. Come the fuck, grow up, my guy. Grow up, my guy. I'm also gonna close on hockey now because yeah. Come on, my guy. Come on. Um, but yeah, again, Bob, thank you, man. I appreciate the thoughts. I guess. It always sucks when you see stuff like that going on. Bodies of 6 people were recovered from the St. Louis River near. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. I just add a little bit of, I guess, humor, but I'm just, yeah, no, I can't even try and pronounce that. On the Ontario, Quebec, New York borders 5 days ago. I will copy and paste that and look it up on Google, because that might help. Yep, police recovery at 2 more bodies. Name 2 people recovered. Yeah, thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. I see that. Yeah, I see that. 8 in total now, apparently, actually, from the edit on April Fool's Day. Unfortunately, not a morbid April Fool's joke. Unfortunately, it's legitimate. Wow, that's weird. Believed to have been families trying to enter the U.S. legally. That is. Jeez. And apparently, there's one other person too as well. Jeez, fucking dude. Imagine like drowning. That is like the worst. That is the fucking worst. No, Bob. No, it's fine. No problem. Don't worry about it, my guy. Do not worry about it at all. Do not worry about it. This is the step. This is the type of stuff that has to be talked about occasionally. It has to be talked about once in a while. Obviously not like every single stream, but I think the first time it's been brought up since I want to say like 400 bodies discovery or whatever, the bodies that were in the school that were found in not the makeshift, what the fuck was it called again? They're found in that school. They were not unmarked graves. That's what it was. Like it has to be brought up once in a while. So I appreciate that, man. I meant it out of respect to you as an Indigenous person and all around great guy. Well, thank you, Bob. Again, I appreciate that, my guy. Thank you. I know you meant it out of respect. Absolutely. It's just for me, like it's weird to. It's not weird like reading this. It's weird because like I don't know, like what to say really aside from that does suck to see, stuff like that. Like that is really all. Like that's really all you can say is just, damn it, that sucks that it happened, and I just hope that it doesn't happen again. Because like fucking just like drowning like that, like I'm assuming they're in the river, they most likely drowned trying to cross. That has to be one of the worst ways to go out is fucking just in a cold Canadian river like that, or river. I like how I pointed out that it was Canadian, but no, but going out in like a cold ass river like that, your body's already freezing, and you freeze there, and that has to be one of the worst ways to go out. It has to be like that, getting burnt alive and buried alive. Those have to be like 3 of the worst ways to go, because while it's happening, you're fully conscious more than likely. You know what's going on, and you can't help yourself. You can't help yourself. I like how I said that with a southern accent. Especially like, for example, like being buried alive. Like if you're buried alive, for example, you wake up and it's like pitch black and you're like trying to push on the air and there's nothing. And there's nothing there. Like just like that has to be fucking scary as all hell. And again, like drowning, like just really not having much control to try and save yourself, and being burnt alive, like that's just that might be the worst way to go. That might be the worst way to go. Because at least with like drowning, like that's water while you're suffocating on it. There's still like you can swallow part of it. You can try and help yourself. Being burnt alive, the only thing you can go do is if you're outside, try to stop and roll. But even then, you're fucking getting burnt alive. I just like, especially if it's in like a fucking big burning house like that. That's like Jesus. Drowning though, like I can't imagine. And like these are people that are trying to get to the U.S. and try to make a better life for themselves, and it's terrible that this shit that just that sucks. That absolutely, again, there's not really much you can say except that sucks, and you just gotta wish that it hadn't happened. Okay, okay. I'm just looking. Okay, I'm seeing like the little caption, the boat capsized. So yeah, it seems like everybody just kind of drowned. That was on board. That really sucks. Either drowned, or I'd assume it was something like the Titanic, where like they got like hypothermia and just kind of froze to death in the water, not even necessarily drowned. That's like just Jesus. Yeah, that's terrible. Thank you, Bob, for sharing that with me, man. Though I appreciate that. Um, I can't just go back to the type of outro. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Hug your loved ones. Tell them that you love them. Hug them a little bit tighter than you usually would today. Thank you guys for coming by to the stream. I appreciate it. I hope to see you guys next stream. Love you all very much. Thank you again for coming by, listening to some random kid from Quebec. Thank you for listening to some random kid from Quebec talk about hockey. It's good to get our mind off of these topics once in a while. It's good to also bring them up sometimes and discuss it and get your thoughts out there and just talk about it. And it's always good to do that once in a while. So thank you again, Bob, for bringing that up. Will Sutter, thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Keep your stick on the ice too, my guy. That's gonna do it again. Thank you for watching. Love you guys.